If the reports about Rachel Zegler being fired from multiple projects are accurate, it's no surprise that this situation is stirring up controversy. Losing over $1 million due to such decisions would naturally lead to frustration, and speaking out about it is understandable. Disney has already been under fire for several controversial choices in recent years, and Zegler's remarks could further fuel the backlash. As the company continues to navigate these challenges, restoring fan trust may become an even bigger struggle.
These animators are on shaky ground.
Yes, correct.
What happened with the actor strike? Did they settle that?
Disney's live-action remake of Snow White has turned into one of the company's biggest PR disasters. What was meant to be a grand showcase of Disney's future in live-action adaptations quickly became an epic failure. The teaser, released in August 2024, was supposed to generate excitement, but within days, it amassed nearly 1 million dislikes, setting a new record for the most disliked movie trailer on YouTube. The second trailer fared no better, accumulating over 1 million dislikes across various platforms, including 720K on Disney's official YouTube channel. Fans were outraged, with many criticizing how Disney's attempt to modernize Snow White had backfired spectacularly. The comment section was flooded with sarcasm and disbelief, as viewers mocked the studio's failure to create a trailer that audiences could actually enjoy. One user joked that they clicked on the video just to witness the massive dislike count, while another admitted they found the comment section far more entertaining than the trailer itself. This backlash highlights the growing frustration among fans who feel that Disney is prioritizing woke narratives over authentic storytelling, ultimately alienating its core audience. Years of questionable decisions, controversial casting choices, replacing the beloved Seven Dwarfs with a diverse group of magical creatures, and an overall confusing creative direction have left many wondering how Disney managed to go so wrong with such a timeless classic. A major aspect of the backlash surrounding Disney's Snow White remake stems from the decision to replace the iconic Seven Dwarfs with non-dwarf actors. Critics, including actors with dwarfism, voiced their frustration, accusing Disney of using diversity as a marketing tool without genuinely considering the impact on an already underrepresented group. Fans were quick to call out the studio for prioritizing modern inclusivity over preserving the beloved elements of the original film. As Disney struggles to navigate the fallout, it's becoming evident that this controversy extends far beyond a failed movie trailer. The Snow White remake represents a culmination of missteps, from questionable casting choices to creative decisions that have alienated longtime fans in an attempt to cater to shifting cultural narratives. These miscalculations could mark a significant turning point for Disney as the company attempts to regain trust from an audience that has largely rejected this reimagining. For many actors with dwarfism, starring in a major motion picture like Snow White would have been a dream opportunity. However, that chance was taken away, reportedly influenced by comments made by actor Peter Dinklage, who criticized the traditional portrayal of the dwarfs. This decision only added to the controversy, fueling more resentment toward the project. Meanwhile, Rachel Zegler's involvement as the lead initially sparked interest, but her controversial remarks and actions have severely damaged the film's reputation. What started as excitement surrounding her casting quickly turned into frustration. In a now infamous interview, Zegler dismissed the 1937 animated classic as extremely dated, and even described its romance as creepy and weird. For fans who cherish the original film, these comments felt like a direct insult to a beloved piece of Disney history. Rather than stepping in to address the growing backlash, Disney chose to stand by Zegler, further escalating tensions. Fans who had hoped for a respectful reimagining of Snow White felt abandoned, believing that the studio was prioritizing political correctness over preserving its legacy. Zegler's comments didn't stop there. A Resurface 2022 interview revealed that she had actively avoided watching the original Snow White for years because it had scared her as a child. She also criticized the film's portrayal of women, claiming that the remake would shift the focus toward justice instead. These remarks only deepened the divide between Disney and its audience, reinforcing the perception that the company was out of touch with the fans who had loved Snow White for generations. Rather than emphasizing Snow White's beauty, the remake shifted the character's focus toward themes of justice, a modern twist that, for many, felt like an unnecessary departure from the original. Fans were left questioning how someone who had openly criticized the classic film could convincingly portray such an iconic character. Instead of generating excitement, Rachel Zegler's remarks only fueled skepticism about her ability to honor the legacy of Snow White. Her comments have drawn comparisons to Halle Bailey, who played Ariel in Disney's live-action The Little Mermaid. Unlike Zegler, Bailey was praised for bringing her own unique interpretation to the role while still respecting the essence of the beloved character. In contrast, Zegler's dismissive attitude toward the original Snow White has left many wondering whether she was ever the right choice for such a cherished role.
Dwarf actors that dream to be in a major motion picture such as this Disney remake. And now, because Peter Dinklage said what he said last year,
the growing outrage over Rachel Zegler's casting and controversial remarks about Snow White has ignited a deeper debate about Disney's approach to reimagining classic films. Zegler's repeated criticisms of the original movie have only intensified the backlash, leaving many fans questioning how Disney could choose an actress for such an iconic role when she seemingly has little appreciation for the source material. One of the biggest concerns surrounding Zegler's casting is her apparent lack of respect for the legacy of Snow White. Her remarks calling the 1937 classic extremely dated and dismissing its romance as creepy and weird have made longtime fans feel betrayed. While actors are often expected to bring a fresh perspective to their roles, openly criticizing the very film that made the character famous is a different matter entirely. Fans can't help but wonder how someone with such a negative outlook on the original story can do justice to its reimagining. Zegler's handling of the role has drawn inevitable comparisons to Halle Bailey's portrayal of Ariel in The Little Mermaid. Unlike Zegler, Bailey was widely praised for respecting the essence of the character while still making the role her own. In contrast, Zegler has struggled to strike that balance, instead creating an image of herself as someone dismissive of the legacy she is now a part of. This has led many to question whether she was ever the right choice to represent such a beloved character. Disney's decision to stand by Zegler despite the controversy has only widened the gap between the company and its fan base. Instead of addressing the backlash effectively, Disney's mismanagement of the situation has worsened public perception. What was once seen as a promising reimagining of Snow White now feels like a project doomed to failure.
Disney wants to make more woke films that tank at the box office. They are more than welcome to do that, but maybe think of an original idea. Maybe not destroy a classic from my childhood and put an actress in there that not only hates the
Rachel Zegler's polarizing persona has only intensified the ongoing controversy surrounding Disney's Snow White remake. Her online presence has been marked by a series of incidents that have further fueled the backlash, including a now-deleted Instagram story that sparked significant outrage. In the post, Zegler expressed heartbreak over a fictional scenario in which Donald Trump defeated Kamala Harris in a presidential race, writing, "I hope Trump supporters and Trump himself never know peace." The bold and divisive statement immediately drew criticism, with many calling her remarks extreme and unhinged. This alienated a significant portion of her fan base, leading some to label her a liability for Disney. But the drama didn't stop there. Zegler also faced backlash for publicly criticizing Elon Musk and urging her followers to abandon Twitter, calling it Elon's app. Once again, her comments sparked controversy, with critics accusing her of distancing herself from audiences who may not share her political views. While some see her outspokenness as a refreshing display of authenticity, others believe it's a liability, especially for an actress attached to a family-friendly Disney film. Her increasingly controversial reputation has undoubtedly impacted public perception of her Snow White role. Zegler's history of stirring controversy extends beyond politics. She has been involved in other dramatic moments, such as her theatrical reading of Britney Spears' tweets amid the singer's feud with her sister.
interview clip that you read the quote from, but she's gone on to talk about this film numerous times, how she once thought Snow White was creepy, she doesn't like the prince, she thinks she should get paid more because she has to wear that dress, she should get paid for streaming for every hour.
While Zegler likely saw it as playful, many Britney fans found it distasteful, especially given the seriousness of the Free Britney movement. Additionally, her public complaints, such as her frustration over not being invited to the Oscars despite starring in West Side Story, have contributed to the perception that she is immature and unprofessional. As Zegler continues to attract controversy, fans are left wondering if Disney can afford to keep backing her. The Snow White remake has already faced numerous setbacks, and her behavior only adds to the chaos surrounding the project. The real question now is whether Disney will acknowledge
to disparage men in the process. You don't have to call Prince Charming a stalker. You don't have to say that you could just eliminate him from the whole movie. I mean, there is a space where you can have strong females and strong males. It's called the real world, or, at least